Hi Cancer, my lunar brothers and sisters. Welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me or you would like to check out my fancy new website, hit the link in the description box below. With that said, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So remember, my readings are for sun, moon and rising. I tap into the energy of the sign. So it doesn't matter about your placement. This is for the overall energy of the sign of Cancer. With that said, our key to the week card is the Judgment card. There's going to be a big shift this week for Cancerian energy people, right? This week there's going to be a big change or a big shift. Something in your physical, tangible world or realm is going to be evolving. You are going to have to make some kind of final call this week. So whatever that means to you, this is where you are going to have to make that decider. Now, remember, Mars is going retrograde, which means you may have to make this decision again at some point. Maybe you'll have to revise the decision at a later date, but certainly for now, when it comes to this week, there is a final call or a final judgment that is going to need to be made. There's something this week that's going to shift in the material world that you are going to have to be not even present for, but you know, yeah, you're going to have to embody presence this week. You're going to have to make that action call. There's going to be like, you know, like the final hurrah, let's say, but it is your call to make. For your actions and options this week, you have the Ace of Swords. I love this, right? Because it means this week you are making a final decision. This is about you drawing a line under something. It could be the final time that you have this conversation, or certainly for a lot of you, it may very well be that two paths are presented to you. They're going to pull you in very different directions, but you are going to have to make that final call. You're going to have to make that final judgment. I mean, look at this, the Ace of Swords, right off the back of the Judgment card. This is a real world, everyday situation. It's going to be a decision that you're going to have to make. And one thing I have to say to you as well, it may very well be a lonely moment this week. It might be that you are presented with a choice that only you can really make. Like, you can take as much advice as you want on the matter, but the final call, the final decision is going to have to be yours. And this week you are making it. For a lot of you, this could have something to do with your work. For some of you, this could have something to do with a family member or a family situation. This is about you kind of saying, from here on in, this is how it happens. And then for a very select few, if you know that there is somebody that is, let's say, in the winter of their lives, for a very select few of you, this could be that kind of news. And I think that's as much as I will say on this. For your communications and conversations, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So it's very likely to have something to do with work. Here's the thing, right? If you are like me, and you work for yourself or you have your own business, but another opportunity presents itself, you're going to have to find a way to split your focus. And it does feel like that might be the case this week. So if you have applied for a job or applied for a part-time job, or maybe you've applied, you know, whatever it is that you've applied for, this week you could very well have some kind of big decision to make about whether you continue in the lane that you're on or whether you go for something completely different. And like I said to you, these two paths will pull you in very different directions. I'm not sure that there's going to be anything that will be reconcilable about them. And if there is, it may only be for a very short time. Something for you to be aware of. For your money and materials, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely, for a lot of Cancerians, this could be a week where you're hearing back about getting a job interview. This could be where an interview comes up for you, where maybe a job posting, you know, you see it at the right moment, or somebody sends it to you and says, oh, by the way, this has come up. There's definitely an opportunity for new work. There's definitely an opportunity for more responsibility. However, because you've got that judgment card there is that big change that's taking place this week, right? It's that big final call that you're going to have to make. One thing that you really need to be aware of is once you cross that threshold, there's probably likely to be no coming back from it. Now, I'm not saying that to scare you or to frighten you. I'm just saying, like, as an example, the job that you're going for, it might be a completely different pay bracket. Maybe it's a completely different responsibility or skill set. Once you go into this, you're going to be in it for the long haul. There won't be any coming out of it. So this is where you really need to be very sure about it. But when it comes to your finances and your money, if you are going for a new job, if you're applying for something new, it's good news, right? It's absolutely good news because you've got the ace here. It's a new start, a fresh beginning. For a lot of you, this could be you making plans now for your future home, where it is that you want to live, maybe what country, maybe what area, maybe deciding, you know, actually I don't want to rent anymore. I'm going to start looking to buy, or I'm going to start saving to buy. For your physical, tangible health, this is about you redoubling your efforts when it comes to that. Now, one thing that you do need to be aware of, 2 aces together in a tarot spread represents trickery. And this could be around your work or something in that kind of arena, or it could be around your home. This is just an energy that you want to be very, very cautious of. So proceed with caution. Make sure you, whatever it is that you're putting into, or, you know, walking into, make sure your eyes are 100% open. You've got to be, you know, if anything or anyone in any situation feels a little bit off, remember you're the most psychic of signs. And a lot of people say, like, oh, you know, you're biased. Like, I don't think it is that. I think Cancer is the most sensitive, apart from Pisces, but certainly out of all of the signs, when it comes to psychic awareness, raw psychic power, it's Cancerians for me, hands down. Out of all of the signs, Cancer is the most psychic. If your intuition tells you something this week, it is on point. All right, trust it. For your love and relations, you have the Page of Wands. I love this. Some of you could be meeting somebody through work. Somebody could, you know, maybe on the interview, you know, once you get your foot in the door, once you start your new job or the new company, somebody could come up to you and say, oh, did you know so-and-so fancies you? Now, remember, you got that 2 ace trickery energy there. So take it with a pinch of salt until it seems a bit more substantial. But with your Page of Wands, yeah, you could be getting a message that somebody is into you, which I actually really like. This is a very light-hearted energy. It's a lot of fun. It's very vibrant. For those of you that are single, it does look like somebody is showing interest in you, but it might be somebody that you work with. And very often I say to everyone, even if it is genuine, don't piss where you eat, because sometimes it can get really ugly. For those of you that are partnered already, this is lovely. It just means that, for me, it kind of means that your partner is taking into account a lot of your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, and they're going to start to push you to push yourself in the direction that you truly want to go. You've got a lot of support this week on that front. Okay, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.